they learn it from a very young age that they see this and they want to be a part of something like this. So, you know, it's a lot of hard work that goes into it, and we've got a lot of great parents that support us, and you know, they're the coaches too. At the younger programs, so they build it, they bring their kids, they see it, and you know, we just we try to execute it. So
I think these guys are loving just playing ball. You know, anytime you get to play June baseball, it's a great thing. A little bit unique, you know, quick turnaround from district to regional. I think the long layoff, it was great this week. We were able to pick up a quality opponent like Perkins and play them in a game. Just getting those game reps, but then also having a couple days to kind of recoup from the district and the quick turnaround there. It hasn't been a bad thing. Now, what I will say is this week, starting to drag. We're getting a little anxious, ready to just go and get after it and show what we got.
But when you win, it's easy to come to practice, you know, and it becomes a little bit easier. And with the guys we got, you know, they want to be around each other.
Yeah.
You know, that's the thing. We coach that, you know, be around your guys, root for your guys, cheer for your guys. We're here for you. You be here for us. So
yeah, it's fun. We got a lot of unique personalities on the team. They're not one person is the same, even though we got lots of brothers and cousins and whatnot, but they're a group of characters, as I'm sure you see, you know, in the dugout and on the field. They like to have fun and be around each other, so we're happy we get to do it, you know, another week here and hopefully a few more days. There's a lot of them in that dugout that haven't got the at-bats or the time that they would on 90% of other teams, and I'm not sitting here just tooting our horn. We have a great starting lineup, but we have another great group of guys, you know, in the dugout and on the JV guys that are chomping at the bit to be a part of it. And you know, it's pretty cool to see that guys can be selfless and find their roles. There's a couple guys in there that haven't had tons of at bat that have been crucial parts of our team and accepting their roles. So
yeah, you got to find balance, right? Not be uptight, relax, and go out and play the game you love. We got a lot of guys that know how to play the game of baseball.
Yeah, it's been fun. We knew we had to step our game up. Each year we try to step it up a little more. Obviously this year we played Bishop Watterson. Came out on the wrong end of that 1-0, but I mean that's a team that's in the Final Four in Division III. I think back to the Edison game, we lost to Edison first game of the year last year, so we put them on the schedule. Got rained out. Hey, let's go play during tournament time, and we got to face Whitmer and put 8 runs on him. You know, he's going to Louisville, so that was exciting to play for our guys. We played Margaretta late. Yeah, we started out with Elmwood, who was a Final Four team last year. You know, even our league, I think our league is solid, and you know, go play Hopewell twice and New Wriggles, and it's I think the target is one thing, but you try not to get caught up in the results and just go out each day and kind of understand your mission, and it's to get a little bit better. Not necessarily, yes, you're playing the team in the other dugout, but you're trying to better yourself to be sitting in this situation at the end of the year, because we've said it before, the best team doesn't always win. So to be here, we are fortunate. Anybody can upset anybody at any time.
You know, we don't talk about being the #1 team because anything can happen. So you got to go out there and put out your best. You got to perform and not make the mistakes.
Yeah,
so.
And quite honestly, there's teams out there that don't belong to the coaches poll. So like Delphos, they can't be voted on as in the coaches poll, same as JFK for whatever reason, you know, to each their own. So there's teams out there that aren't ranked that are technically really good teams. Yeah, it's fun. I mean, you think about these groups. First thing I do is I think about the senior groups that came before them that set the lessons. And I look at Nick Seifert, who's on staff now, and he was I think he was a junior when I came in that COVID year, and then took us to the regional finals that lost to the JFK team which won it all. Guys like that, Josh Gase, Nick Palm, Mason Johnson, Caden Otterbacher, Blake Coleman,
Matt Coleman, Brian Coleman.
Yeah, it goes
Mike Hart.
Goes way back. But I think about those guys first. As I think about this class, I think about, you know, it's easy to see what they can do on the field. To me, this year the development has been off the field and how they handle adversity. That's been a difference maker. And I'll be honest, we were kind of hard on them even coming into March that, hey, we need to see more of the maturity and development off the field, and I think we're starting to see that in little subtle ways, not necessarily on the field, but how they handle failure, how they communicate to their teammates, how they go about their own business, and I think it's
making them want it a little more, because we didn't assign captains this year. we thought maybe, hey, you as a group can be the captain and see how they handle, adversity and let them do it as a group because, as what we've done, we do a pretty good job at just doing the little things. So
yeah, we decided to challenge them a little bit because I don't know that any one of the five was necessary, or 5 seniors or the upperclassmen were really standing out. We were challenging them all because we have some juniors and sophomores that you can see on the stats, are contributing pretty well too. So, but I think the senior class took that as a little bit of a challenge, a little bit of a chip, and I think they've used it in a positive way.
We took the guys. We went out to eat after the game the other night, and we were standing there, and one of our younger guys, ordered, and he stood around. And everybody was eating and eating and eating. And everybody's standing around.
We're ready to hop on the bus. Bus driver was ready to go.
Yeah, I was ready to go. But I saw one of our guys over there, and one of our seniors, AJ, and he went over there and went up to the counter, and he asked for him where his food was, and just little things, looking out for each other. That's huge. That's what I was talking about, the brotherhood, figuring things out, letting them figure things out, because that's what's going to maybe win us a ball game.
Yeah, I think there's times as coaches you try to insert yourself too much, and that's one thing I've learned from my coaching back in 2003 to now, as a young punk to now, is that sometimes you just got to let players play, and you got to let guys figure it out on their own. I think as parents we tend to jump in too quickly sometimes, and
I coach Tucker, he coaches Brandon.
I was just about to ask, as parents, you guys both have kids on this team. How do you keep that balance? The home.
Sometimes that's what happens. It's just better off, let them figure it out. Go talk to Uncle Matt. Coach Coleman.
Let Coach Biddle and Coach Palm and Coach of the other coaches jump in, because we played for our dad, and it was a gift. It was awesome. I don't want to get into it too much. It's special, but it took us years down the road to really appreciate making him, letting us know, hey, we run on and off the field. We do these little things right. Kind of felt maybe annoying 30 years ago, but now we find ourselves doing those things to our kids, and I think they'll appreciate it down the line, but for now it's pretty tough being a coach's kid, but yeah.
But they're doing a pretty good job, so shout out to them. I think we're an example, right? So I think I've become, like Matt said, we kind of sit back. I'm more of a relaxed guy. I don't say a lot. A lot of people ask me if I'm upset, frustrated, whatever. Nope, just a little more low key now. You can't get too excited, in the moment, and you got to be poised and stuff. So I think that's some of the stuff that we've seen. They don't get too excited about things. You saw it happen there with the 5 runs in the first and then come back. Was I worried? No, not at all.
That was shades of Hillsdale with 2022 ride, the first ride, and fouled behind 5-0. I think we were thinking, hey, let's go chip away and get 2, and they come out and they give us 6 and 7 more in the second, and then completely flip the script of how we want to do things. But
relax and breathe.
Yeah, poise and we're gonna have to execute. We might have to play a little more small ball. You face a pitcher like Elwer, we're gonna have to be able to get a bunt down here or there. I think we're fairly aggressive. Not many teams have run on Delphos, so we'll be selective, but hoping that we can put some pressure on them. And they have 1-2 duo of Elwer and Elwer. That's pretty good. And obviously the whole team. There's 8 of the 10 starters were, I think, on that basketball team, or at least 8 guys on the roster were on the state championship basketball team. Cam is a special guy. Talking to a lot of the guys, I haven't seen tons of clips of him, but he throws his off speed for strikes, which is good because he can pitch backwards. He's gonna make us. His strikeout to walk ratio is very good, so we're gonna have to be ready to hit. We can't, not looking for walks, but we're opportunistic when we get the chance to drive a ball or drive a fastball. They are good. We got to keep their top of their lineup off base. The McLean kid at the top of the order he can run, and they got a couple guys right behind him that can drive them in. And from what I hear, they play a lot of fundamental baseball. They get out of the box really well and are going to look to stretch a single into a double or force, a miss of a cutoff, something of that nature. So.
But we talk about controlling ourselves, so I think that's the biggest thing. We've got to do what we do right, stay simple. Same with don't change the approach. Do what we've done, and if we do what we do and control what we can control, we'll be okay. We're going to have a chance to win.
I think obviously we're excited to be playing in June, but just excited for a new environment. Again, we're not getting caught up in results, but just our guys enjoy playing on the turf. I think it's a little bit different feel. I guess we'll see come Friday.
We took them to Thurman Munson last year, so a lot of them have seen the venue and whatnot, and they've done a lot. So it's a college venue, The Malone plays there, so it doesn't change anything. It's just a little bit different atmosphere and hopefully a little different outcome.
I mean, I think it's easy to think about past years and past results, but you're playing for this team. You're a part of something special here. Yes, would we like to bring one home for Coach Hart and Coach Stoltz and Nick Palm and these seniors that we may have, or the past seniors that may have been wronged? Yeah, don't get caught up in that. Play for each other. Play for yourself. Know that this moment was meant for you. God has you here for a reason, so glorify Him with your talents.
I've thought about it. If we just do the little things, we talk about doing the little things, we do what we can control, we're going to be absolutely fine. So the little things will turn into big things. That's what I've kind of stressed to them.
Yeah, we start out on the defensive side. So for us, we talk about it, have a good cage, BP, and then come out and IO and show them what we're capable of defensively, set the tone with a good infield, outfield practice, and we'll start out with, Logan Rissler, having the ball, and he's a competitor, and he's going to, trust his defense to make plays. And we're excited. We're in this spot. We appreciate the support throughout the, last 6 years especially, but this year, in general, we scheduled a lot of away games that were challenging and some road trips. I felt like we were on the road a lot this year, or we were moving home games, down here to Heidelberg. But we appreciate the support near and far, and want to do it for the community in Northwest Ohio. But we're going to leave it up to the big man and the guys on the field for the results. But we can tell you that we're going to play hard and give it our all.
Go Blue.
Everybody wants to knock off the #1 team in the state, but once we click, it's like 9 bowls running with the full head of steam at you. Being a senior, knowing that this is our last year and like the bond that we've had these last 4 years, we probably have one of the best coaching staffs in the state, if not the best. They know the game very well, and if something goes wrong, they're not going to be the type of people to chew you out about it right away. They're going to talk to you about it, make you make an adjustment.
I mean, yeah, we've just been motivated ever since last year, and we just came into this season wanting it more, and we just practice as hard as we can every day, hitting the weight room, going out and doing our own work, and now that we're at the stage, we just finally want to get it done one last time. We just got to be able to stay together as a team and not get down when we're down and be able to pick each other up, and we just got to keep fighting and do what we've done all year.
Also, to never be satisfied, play all 7 innings. I'd say that I've changed the most just by supporting the teammates more and not caring about myself so much.
I've just grown as a human being and not played just for myself, but played for the team, and really just embraced what we do at Calvert and want the best for everyone.
For me, it's just trying to be a better leader whenever I can, and just talking through situations and not getting so upset at times.
I've definitely stepped up in the maturity level because I'm trying not to get down on myself, and I'm always trying to pick other people up.
I guess one of the things that has just been different is the way we fight as a team. Even if we get down, I'm confident that we can just always fight back. No matter if it's how many runs it is, we're always there to pick each other up, and I think that's one thing that makes us different. Since I came to Calvert, these guys have been some of my best friends. They've always had my back. With never really having this experience at St. Joe and last year having to sit out, I've just really had to mentally prepare myself for the upcoming games and realize that I just need to trust what I've done in the off season and trust the guys that are behind me. I think there's been a lot of times this season where we've faced adversity and we've overcome it. And that's, again, the way we pick each other up. Someone strikes out, you're good, you'll get it next time. We're not chewing out people, like Cameron said. I think that's what we want people to remember, is just the way we fight through things.
I feel like for everyone sitting here, we've all been a part of a couple big losses in the program's history. So to get over that hump as not only a class, but as a school and a community and as a team, I feel like that'd satisfy everyone for just a little bit.
With the 0-2, swings and sends this one into left field. Should be deep enough. They're going to send the runner, Cash Lee. He's going to score, and the Senecas are on the board first. With the throw to the plate. The throw that not in time. Swing and a miss. That's the ball game. The Senecas lose in extra innings here in Akron. Oh, they got him. Ball game.
Newark Catholic punches their ticket to the state championship.
Number one team in the state in D7 from wire to wire, and they have now punched their ticket to the state semifinals for the 4th time in the last 5 years.
Practice as hard as we can every day, hitting the weight room, going out and doing our own work, and now that we're at this stage, we just finally want to get it done one last time.
Days, he's going to dive and make the play! Third. Throw to second is in time for one. The relay is in time. Pop this one into right center field. Oh, the play made by the center fielder. What a catch. Up the middle, double play ball. To second for one. The relay in time. Double play. Here's the 1-1. Smoked back up the middle for a base hit. Smith with the pitch. Moyer sends it flying. Back to left, all the way back and out of here. That one is gone. Cameron Moyer sends it for a ride. Lions on his horse makes the catch.
Wow. Ground ball to third. Shoemaker throws across the diamond. And Calvert, Canton is calling. You're headed to the Final Four again.
I'd say like we have like a click, and once we click, it's like 9 bowls running with the full head of steam at you.
And now here, and that one's fair. Second baseman up with it, throw to first is not in time. Coleman beats the throw. In third field. Strike 3 called. Beautiful breaking pitch. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to another edition of High School Baseball here on Heart of Ohio Sports. We are live from Thurman Munson Memorial Stadium for today's state semifinal matchup between the Tiffin Calvert Senecas and the Delphos St. John's Blue Jays. I'm Nate Mullins on the call with Tommy Hall. We've got Greg the Wizard Kinn up on the press box with us. We also have Dalton McComas working on the video side of things, and Emma Maeglin on camera. Thanks for joining us here on the pregame show, brought to you by Xcaret Mexican Restaurant. We're just about ready to do the national anthem here, so we'll pause for the national anthem, and we'll get going with the pregame show after that. All right. Play ball. We are ready to get going here at Thurman Munson Stadium here in Canton. A little different, Tommy. A little different setting for the state semifinal this time. But once again, a pleasure to be on the call with you for a state semifinal game.
Yeah, you hit the nail on the head. It's been a long, arduous journey, but here we are, the fourth time in the past 5 years that these Calvert Senecas have made it to the state semifinal level. And with this senior class coming up to the plate this year, you knew that there was a lot of expectations coming into this one to get to this point. But again, nothing was given. Everything is earned as these Senecas topping 28 wins this season. Just been on a mean streak here in the postseason.
Absolutely right, Tommy. Let's take a moment and thank our sponsors for allowing us to be here for this audio cast. Once again, folks, when the game starts, I know some of you are probably tuned in. You're like, oh, you guys got video? Yeah, we can do video all the way up until the game starts. Then once the game starts, Greg the Wizard has concocted a nice little
working on it.
gamescape for you to enjoy during the game. And yeah, we'll be keeping track of the game with a visual representation, and then later tonight we'll have a full video upload for you later tonight. But once again, we can't be here if not for the following community-minded sponsors, folks. And we would like to thank Xcaret Mexican Restaurant, Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, Klaus Construction, Benchwarmers Restaurant and Delivery, Danner's Towing and Recycling, Robbie Paul Construction and Excavating, First National Bank of Sycamore, Forte Music, Visic Orthodontics, Fiesel's Frame and Collision, and the Edward Jones offices of Tiffin. All proud sponsors bringing you today's tournament baseball game, this state semifinal right here on Heart of Ohio Sports. Once again, Nate Mullins and Tommy Hall on the call. Logan Ritzler on the mound for the Tiffin Calvert Senecas today. He gets the start. He's the ace, and he is the man of the hour for the Senecas. His stats on the year read as follows: 45 and a third innings pitched. He's allowed just 18 hits, 9 walks, 79 strikeouts in 45 and a third innings pitched. Just 2 earned runs all season long with a .31 ERA and only 5 runs allowed all season. He is 9-0 as a starter. That's why he got the start today. But we are underway here at Thurman Munson Stadium. Nate Mullins, Tommy Hall, Greg the Wizard Kinn on the call. Dalton McComas up here with us, helping us out with the production side of things for the video production. First pitch is in there. Actually, it's a ball. Misses outside, so 1-0 the count here as we get started at Thurman Munson Stadium in Canton.
We talked at the top of the program about just being on a tear through opponents here in this postseason. These Delphos St. John's is leading off the top of the first here. They've also been on a tear this season.
This one hit to second and through the glove of the second baseman, Brandon Coleman. And that will be an error on the Senecas to lead things off. A little eerily familiar to their start against Maplewood as they got off to a rough start against the Rockets with a few errors in the first inning that led to the Rockets putting 5 on the frame before they ever got an at-bat.
I mean, the pressure that are on these Calvert Senecas could crush a diamond as, again, the lights don't shine any brighter, and you got to be as mistake-free as you can, especially at this level here.
So Jackson McLean is, I'm sorry, that is, we have here Tice McLean at first base.
Cameron Elwer up at the plate. Brings a 1.13 ERA.
Runner-up finish for Mr. Basketball in Ohio as the runner scampers on over to second base. So you've got runner at second base now with nobody out here in the top of the first. And that's one thing that I talked about with Coach Coleman. I sat down, had an interview with him earlier this week. And he said, top of the lineup, this McLean kid, he's fast, he's speedy. We need to keep him off the bases. Well, already he's on the bases. And he's on third base now as the throw over to first is in time for out number 1, but he does his job. Elwer moves the runner over. And now you've got a runner 90 feet away from home plate.
Yeah, Cam leads the Blue Jays at the plate as well with a .447 average with 10 doubles, 4 triples, 32 runs scored, and 23 RBIs, and he puts it on display there.
Once again, to the backstop. Gets away from the catcher. First run on the board for the Delphos St. John's Blue Jays. Just errors against the Senecas. That one's not going to be an error to be a wild pitch, but the Senecas, this is not unfamiliar territory for them this postseason. They've already had this happen to them earlier in the season, but when you're facing a pitcher like Cam Elwer, you don't want him to start out with a 1-0 lead. Now Andrew Elwer at the plate, junior third baseman.
Senecas knew coming into this one that they were going to be in a shootout. These Delphos St. John Blue Jays outscoring opponents 60-4 with a team ERA of .677, Nate.
That's in the tournament play. They have been phenomenal in tournament play. That swung on and missed. A strikeout for Logan Ritzler for out number 2.
2 down, 1 run earned here.
So 2 outs here in the top of the first, 1-0 Blue Jays. And currently at the plate, Maddox Krager, senior first baseman. Krager batting .303 coming into this one. 20 hits and 66 at-bats, 19 RBIs on the season. Swung on and missed. Couldn't catch up to that one.
No.
Blew it by him.
On the button.
And another swing and a miss. It's 1-2. Here's the 1-2. This one popped up into the air. Shortstop ranges over, and he's going to make the play. Whew, that was a little shaky there, Tommy. Stayed up there a little longer than I thought it was going to, but that's out number 3. But the Blue Jays put the first run on the board. They lead at 1-0 as we head to the bottom half of the first inning. Once again, Nate Mullins and Tommy Hall on the call with you. Greg the Wizard Kinn on production. Dalton McComas with us here, helping out on the production side of things. Emma Maeglin on camera.
I think that call to close out the top of the first was a perfect way to describe it. Shaky. Shaky has been the start off to these Calvert Senecas defensively that has allowed the Delphos St. John's to take this 1-0 lead here in the state semifinal. And again, we can't thank you all enough for joining us live for a beautiful day of baseball here at Thurman Munson Memorial Stadium. You talk about a heck of a ball player himself, the captain.
Yeah, the captain. This might be a little bit different for the Senecas. You know, different territory. They're coming to Canton this time instead of Akron for the state semifinal. Of course, this senior class, 4 of these kids have been starters for 4 years. 4 of the 6 seniors on this team have been starters for 4 years. And they have made the trip to the state semifinals now 3 out of those 4 years. The last 2 times were in Akron. The last 2 times, Tommy, they held a lead in those games and had to try to hold on to that lead. Now, they're facing a deficit against one of the best pitchers in the state, and now you got to find a way to come back. But maybe that's just what they need, a little bit of mix it up a little bit, you know?
I think it's one of those things where you find Calvert when they have their back to the wall, that's when they actually start coming out of their own element and start bringing in those hits. I mean, you're talking about a 1 through 9 just complete roster here for these Calvert Senecas. 1 through 4 at least having a 369 or above batting average.
Yeah.
I mean, they can get you the hits, and you just gotta again play smart ball when you're on when you're on defense there.
But this is a pitcher in Cam Elwer, senior. Comes into this one. This will be his 12th appearance on the year. 1.13 ERA, 43 1/3 innings pitched. He's allowed 35 hits, 9 runs, just 7 of those earned, 15 walks, 53 strikeouts. Batters are hitting .212 against him this year, with an on-base percentage of .278. he doesn't allow a lot of base runners, but it's not impossible to get on base. Senecas got to play it safe here today and play it smart. Just play their brand of ball, honestly. That's what they got to do. Vincenzo Lyons leads things off for the Senecas in the bottom half of the first. He takes the first pitch in there for a strike from Cam Elwer. Beautiful facilities here at Thurman Munson Memorial Stadium. Lyons hits this one to second baseman. Loves it, fires it over to first for out number one. Quick out, 2 pitches, 1 out.
Great fielding there as it just bounced right in his glove and one solid motion right over to first base, and that's how it's done.
And the fielder with the adjustment there shifted over on the left-handed hitter, Lyons. That probably would have been in the hole if he's playing where he's at now, but because he was shifted over, he made the play. Now you got A.J. Shoemaker at the plate. Now here's a young man that carries a big chip on his shoulder coming into this one. You're going to talk about redemption, Tommy? I'm sure this young man has redemption on his mind coming into this state semifinal tournament. The 1-0 in there for a strike. Elwer stands in there at 5'10". The Furman commit is actually enrolled at Furman now, Tommy. I was told, I don't know if this is true, I don't like saying this stuff on the air if I don't know it's true, but I was told that he was flown in for this game by Furman. That one's in the dirt. 3-1. Playing basketball at Furman, obviously runner-up for Mr. Basketball in Ohio the last 2 years. All-time leader in 3 points made in Ohio high school basketball history. 3-point shooting percentage. I mean, his accolades are just a mile long. This one popped up on the infield. Shortstop under it. Makes the play. So on a 3-1 pitch, he pops it up on the infield. That's got to be frustrating for Shoemaker.
Well, that was a pop fly. That thing just seemed to go on for eternity.
Charlie Palm steps into the batter's box. Leads the team in most offensive categories. Batting .469 coming into this one as a sophomore. This one hit to shortstop gloves it. The throw over to first is in time for out number 3. The Senecas go 1-2-3. This is going to be a pitcher's duel today here, folks. And the Blue Jays got ahead early. It's 1-0 Delphos St. John's as we head to the second inning. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after this. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports.
Welcome to your Legacy Federal Credit Union, your trusted community credit union for over 70 years. We're not just a credit union, we're your personal financial counselor. Your Legacy Federal Credit Union is a full-service financial institution tailoring solutions to your needs. Whether it's your first home or planning for the future, we're here to help you find success. Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, a legacy built on trust, commitment, and community.
Your legacy.
You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports.
With you, Greg the Wizard Kinn on production. We start the second inning as the Senecas trail it 1-0 against the Delphos St. John's Blue Jays.
A couple of errors to start things off for the Senecas in the first inning resulted in this deficit. It's definitely not a hole they can't crawl out of.
First pitch is in there for a strike. Drake Fitro at the plate. Ritzler was unable to throw it in there. 1 ball, 1 strike. Swung on and missed. Threw the gas by him. They haven't hit one out of the infield yet, Tommy, and they got one on the board. That's the scary part.
Talking about
It looked like a good pitch, but it misses. 2-2 the count. The 2-2 swung on and missed. Another strikeout for Ritzler. Second strikeout of the game. Got to bring up Logan Duncan, junior first baseman.
ooh. The heat coming on. First one swung on.
Felt the breeze on that one up here, Tommy. Duncan hitting .231 on the year. 15 hits and 65 at-bats. 13 RBIs, 5 doubles. The 1-1. Swung on and missed. Of course, these Senecas and Blue Jays, they played each other last year, but not in baseball, Tommy. That was in football in the postseason. As the Blue Jays dominated these Tiffin Calvert Senecas. That was a strikeout. Froze him up there. Logan Ritzler, since that first batter, settled in just fine. That first batter wasn't even his fault. He hit it to second. Second baseman just was unable to make the play. That one gets away from the catcher. That's going to be something to keep an eye on, folks, because that's part of the reason why that run scored. 2 passed balls away from the catcher. One that allowed him to get to second base, and then on the fielder's choice, he advanced to third base, and then the passed ball got him from third to home. He'd have never made it home if not for the passed ball, so that's something we got to keep an eye on here. 2-1 the count. Jackson Weichart at the plate. 3 balls and a strike. Weichert, junior outfielder, batting .211. That one's in there for a strike. I don't like these delayed umpire calls. I'm not a fan. Then there's no body language either. He just comes up and just kind of like meh. There's no. Give me some emphasis. Give me something.
The boxing count out.
Swung on and missed. Give me a good strikeout call too, man. Come on, something. Give me a punch out. No emotion. That's all right, though. You don't need that as an umpire. You don't need to be emotional as an umpire. You need to be even-keeled. 1-0 Blue Jays as we head to the bottom half of the second inning. Let's take a moment and thank our sponsors for allowing us to be here, broadcast this one live and paywall-free for you here on Heart of Ohio Sports. We'd like to thank Schcadet Mexican Restaurant, Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, Klaus Construction, Benchwarmers Restaurant and Delivery, Danner's Towing and Recycling, Robbie Paul Construction and Excavating, First National Bank of Sycamore, Forte Music, Visic Orthodontics, Fiesel's Frame and Collision, and the Edward Jones offices of Tiffin. All proud sponsors bringing you today's tournament baseball game right here on Heart of Ohio Sports. Most of those sponsors on that list have been with us all tournament long, so you got to give a big shout out and a thank you to any one of those sponsors. If you've been watching with us throughout the tournament, when you see these people in public, you see them out, make sure you tell them, hey, we saw you guys sponsor with Heart of Ohio. We appreciate what you do. Thank you. Thank these sponsors, because that's how we prove this works.
And as these sponsors bring it to you in your home, this Calvert Seneca squad trying to bring this one home for the community.
That's right.
And this state semifinal, looking for redemption, 0-3 record in the state semifinals to this point. But again, we thought coming into this one, this was the team that looking to make that miracle run. These seniors, they haven't forgotten, a lot of them playing with that chip on the shoulder. They talked about at the top of the broadcast. But an 0-1 deficit. Seneca's still chasing. here in the bottom of the second.
That'll bring up Connor Moyer, cleanup hitter for the Senecas, senior catcher. He's our spotlight player of the game. We'll talk about that here in a little bit, brought to you by our friends at Visic Orthodontics. I think that's the entire Liberty Benton baseball team, and possibly some of the football team too, sitting in front of us. The 1-0 from Elwer, misses outside, 2-0. Moyer batting .375 on the season with a .571 on base percentage. That one's in there for a strike. 2-1. Got a 1.127 OPS, 31 RBIs, 24 runs, 4 doubles, 3 home runs.
Oh, that
and
one.
now it's an even count, 2-2. This one hit the second. Oh, it was off the handle. And the second baseman gloves it, fires it over to first. And Elwer's doing a good job of just pitching to contact right now. He's trusting his defense, and he's putting it in the zone, but he's giving these hitters nothing to do anything with. Like, you're not going to do anything with that pitch. But you got to swing at it because it's in the zone. You got to stay alive. You got to stay in the count. I'm sure Moyer was just hoping to foul that one off, and it goes in play. First out recorded. 4 consecutive outs from Cam Elwer to start this one out. Cameron Moyer at the plate. First pitch is in there for a strike. Moyer, senior first baseman, batting .342, 25 hits, 6 doubles, 7 home runs. That one's in the turf. Complete turf field, from infield to outfield, backstop, everything's turf. The 1-1 in there for a strike, and it's 1-2. Seneca's trying to at least work the count, but he is staying so consistently in the zone that, Tommy, I think it's about time they got to start getting aggressive early in the count. Maybe switch up the approach.
I was just about to say something to the same effect.
Swung on and missed. See, because when you got them down in the count 1-2, you got them right where you want them. Whereas I think these Senecas just got to get out there and jump on one of the first 2 pitches. That's what they've been good at. Honestly, Tommy, they've been good at being patient all year. This is a very good team. They have a high on-base percentage, .496 for the team on-base percentage on the year. So they get on base. But a lot of times they have a patient approach at the plate that leads them to getting a lot of runners on base. I think Elwer kind of knows the scouting report on these guys, and he's like, hey, they're going to watch a few pitches. I'm going to put the first couple in. That way I'm working from ahead. And he's ahead in the count here to Tucker Coleman. The 0-1 swung on and missed, had him inside, and it's 0-2. Tied him up again. Tried to come inside, and here's the 0-2. Coleman laces this one foul to the right, and that was close to ours. That was so close to the pitch, Cam. Wow.
They'll find it no matter where it's at.
That was close. Of course, we couldn't get the pitch cam over the center field wall today, so it's up. We have Emma's on the left, and the pitch cam's on the right of the infield today. So that pitch is in the dirt. It's 1-2.
I said to myself, I was like, what fool's camera's over there? You're like, oh, that's our pitch cam.
That's awesome, isn't it?
Yeah, you love the little Rugrats fumbling around by it to chase that foul ball.
The 1-2. That one's inside. There's pitch number 22 for Elwer. He's working really well. Cruising right now, kind of in cruise control.
Oh, yeah.
Here's the 2-2. Swung on and missed. Gets away from the catcher, but he throws it down to first. And that's out number 3. The Senecas have been retired in order the first 2 innings. We head to the third. It's 1-0 Blue Jays. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after this. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports. At Visick Orthodontics, they're all about creating confident, healthy smiles for every age. Dr. Visick and the team use the latest techniques to make your orthodontic journey comfortable and effective. Discover the difference of personalized care and a smile you'll be proud to show off. Schedule your consultation with Visick Orthodontics today.
This is a Butler building, and so is this one, and this one, and this one too. They're all Butler buildings. Custom designed, custom built to exacting specifications by Klaus Construction, your local Butler builder. Discover the difference a versatile Butler manufacturing building system can make for your new facility. Virtually any size, any shape, any usage. Call Klaus Construction today. You'll find their work all over Northwest Ohio and online at klausconstruction.com.
You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports.
And we're back here on Heart of Ohio Sports. Nate Mullins and Greg the Wizard Kinn on the call with you with Tommy Hall.
No, I didn't play. I know play this
There
one.
it goes. State semifinal here at Thurman Munson Memorial Stadium. Delphos St. John's leading Tiffin Calvert 1-0 here in the top half of the third inning. Ritzler's still trying to figure this zone out. I think both pitchers are honestly trying to figure it out because it's been a little inconsistent. I'll just be honest. I don't like ever saying anything about umpires on the air because that's a hard job. But it's hard for the pitchers to get a feel for it when the calls have been inconsistent. There's one. I thought it was going to be a ball, but he waited 4 seconds to call the strike.
Brings him down.
Another strikeout for Logan Ritzler. Strikeout number 4. Actually, that's number 5 for Ritzler now.
The right fielder, number 4, Brandon Linden.
Of course, Elwer picked up a couple strikeouts in the bottom half of that second inning. This one fouled back.
As a reminder, spectators, any foul balls that do come into the stands, please return to your dugout.
Okay. Go ahead. They're saying you can't keep any foul balls.
Yeah.
If they hit a foul ball on the stand, please return it to the dugout.
Give me that ball.
2-1 the count here on Lindemann. That one's in there for a strike. 2-2. Braden Linderman, sophomore outfielder. And that one misses. That's a full count. Lindemann batting 200 coming into this one. And that's a walk. So Lindemann gives the Blue Jays a one-out base runner. Back to the top of the order here. Tice McLean came around to score the only run of the game back in the first inning after he drew a walk. Or actually, he reached on an error, and then advanced to second base on a passed ball, and then advanced to third on an infield fielder's choice, and then came on home on a passed ball. So that's how the run was scored by the Blue Jays.
It's quickly to start this one off.
And as fast as McLean is between the bases, this is an at-bat you definitely do not want to get put on a bag with. And then you'd have 2 on. That's where these Blue Jays open it up.
This one popped up, foul. Moyer gives it chase, but it's going to go into the stands. And what a catch by the fan with his hat.
Little Blue Jay.
I don't know if he caught it, but just knocked it down. Either way, I thought he had it in his hat. That was pretty cool. Oh, 2 on McLean. That one fouled back into the net. McLean, a .348 hitter. 89 at-bats, 31 hits, 14 RBIs, 2 doubles, a triple, and a home run for the senior. Here's the 0-2. Upstairs. And it's 1-2.
You hear a little murmur, but I think that one was a little high.
Logan Ritzler comes set. The 1-2. That one's up high
again. Talk about finding the zone earlier. Now it's just controlling your pitch.
The 2-2.
Up high
And he
again.
held up. And now it's a full count. One out, runner at first. Ritzler comes set. Here's the payoff. Swung on and missed. Went chasing after the high cheddar. It's just so hard to lay off that high, stinky cheddar.
We're here at Thurman Munson Memorial Stadium. I mean, both these teams travel well, and they're just on top of you. So every strike, every ball, I mean, you're either getting the cheers or the jeers from this capacity crowd. And I would not like to go down swinging to a round of applause. So everybody.
The 0-1 in the dirt, but Moyer able to keep it in front of him. Here's the 1-1 from Ritzler. This one hit to short. Palm underhands to second for out number 3. And the Blue Jays are retired. They leave one stranded. And we head to the bottom half of the third inning. Still 1-0 Delphos St. John's. Nate Mullins, Tommy Hall on the call. Greg the Wizard Kinn on production. Let's take a look at our keys to the game brought to you by our friends at First National Bank of Sycamore.
Let me see if I got it loaded in here. Let me take a look. I don't know if I put it in the right spot yet. My bad, homie.
No, that's all right. Got a lot of stuff going on. We had a rough night last night, folks. Let me just say that. We had plans on, we had a cabin that we booked just outside, well, not just outside, but a little bit away from Canton that we were going to enjoy this weekend. And let's just say we arrived and it was not, we couldn't even bring our stuff inside. So we just decided, all right, let's get a hotel room and stay there for the night. And yeah, it was a 9 o'clock at night adjustment. And it's been a late night and an early morning. And I do apologize for anything. I mean, honestly, we're doing a great job. Greg's doing a great job. We're keeping it locked in. We're keeping it live here.
10 o'clock in the morning game's new for us.
Yeah, this is a new setting. But the Senecas trying to knock that monkey off their back, Tommy. They've been carrying that one around with them for the last 4 years. Of course, they made it to the state semifinal. Our first year on baseball coverage against Lincoln View. They lost that one 8-1. That one was never close. I mean, it was close in the beginning, but the Highland game in 2023, I think, was the heartbreak. When these seniors were freshmen, they had a 1-0 lead with 1 out in the bottom of the 7th inning, And because of a controversial call, a base runner was allowed, and it eventually came around to score the tying run, and they ended up losing that game eventually. But that game was 2 outs away from being a trip to the state championship game. But in the end, they ended up losing to the eventual state champion. Then last year, they lose to Newark Catholic after leading 3-0. So this is a team that's, I mean, this is not unfamiliar territory for them. They've been here. They know what they're doing, but they're also carrying a little bit of a burden with them, a little bit of a chip, Tommy.
I mean, you can chalk it up to inexperience, but at this point, with the experience, you got to be able to close out games.
Landon King at the plate, leading off bottom half of the third. Swings and misses at that one. It's 2-1. Cam Elwer out for his third inning of work. He's sitting at 25 pitches now. Here's the 2-1. In there for a strike. Don't you love it how the fans have to wait to cheer because they don't know if he's going to be a ball or a strike? Nobody knows. Nobody has any idea. The 2-2. Chopped to short. Shortstop. Throws over to first. And that's recorded for out number 1.
Yeah, to plant your foot and to throw, I mean, again, even in the dirt compared to turf, it's a completely different monster. So I like the sure footing by the infielder there before he tossed it over, just making sure that he had a hold of it and was in his rhythm because he didn't want to make a mistake there throwing that out.
Now, Tommy, I hate asking questions like this, but how much of this do you chalk up to Cam Elwer just being dominant on the mound at this point? And how much do you chalk up to the Senecas just kind of playing tight and a little nervous, or they're just not playing loose right now. They're not playing their brand of ball.
Well, he talked about the patient approach, like that patience on a monument type approach for these Senecas.
Oh, it hit a bird.
That bird today,
knocked it out of its nest. Coach needs to have a talk with him. When they talked about knocking off the Blue Jays, the men on the field.
Yeah, right. The 0-2 slap to third, but foul.
Slap at the third base.
Slap at the third.
Slap at the third base.
Emma's shaking her head over there. No.
No, shaking her head. The girl was shaking.
No balls, 2 strikes here on Brandon Coleman. Here's the pitch. Upstairs. The pitch was in there, and then 3 seconds later they react. Oh, come on.
He's like, come on now.
1-2. No. Swung on and missed. Eight batters up, 8 batters down for Cam Elwers. He's pitching a no-hitter at this point. A perfect game, Tommy. A perfect game against the #1 team in the state. And now he's got the 9-hole hitter up in Logan Ritzler, but probably the best 9-hole hitter in the state for my money.
The pitcher number 3, Logan Ritzler.
If you take a look at Ritzler's numbers on the season, he has been impressive. Batting .390 on the season, .478 on base percentage, .584 slugging, 30 hits and 77 at-bats. This one chopped foul at the plate. He's got them out in front on those breaking pitches, Tommy, and they all look like they're just like fooled. The 1-1. Swung on and missed. They're not seeing it out of his hand right, Tommy. They're just not seeing the ball. I don't know if it's the fog or
just throws it right in there.
What it is, but he is just firing it in there. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 down here on Logan Ritzler. Here's the 1-2. And that one is upstairs.
And only on his 37th pitch. Nothing wild here by Elwer.
No. He's been cool, calm, and in command. Swung on and missed. Another strikeout for Cam Elwer, number 4 in the game. And the Senecas have been retired in order 3 straight innings. We head to the 4th inning. It's 1-0 Blue Jays here on Heart of Ohio Sports. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports.
At First National Bank of Sycamore, we are a truly local bank that is community-based and community-focused. We are invested in your success, and our team is here to help. First National Bank of Sycamore, banking that just makes sense.
You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports.
Welcome back here on Heart of Ohio Sports. Nate Mullins, Tommy Hall on the call with Greg the Wizard Kinn. Dalton McComas had to run over and grab the pitch cam and bring it in out of the rain because it is starting to come down a little heavy now as Emma Maeglin now brings her camera under the roof here. Thankfully, we didn't have it out in center field today because that thing would have got drenched. But either way, we're thankful to have you here with us.
Now you talk about needing to be sure-handed. The elements have changed.
Yep.
Yeah. Turf field, completely turf field. The rain's coming down.
Ritzler, the 1-0 hit to second. Second baseman eats him up. He throws to first, but still gets the runner at first. What a play by Brandon Coleman. It eats him up. He still was able to maintain composure and fire the ball over there for out number 1.
Only in baseball does 90 feet seem like an eternity. And that was exactly an shining example. You figured the air off the foot.
The crowd migrates under the roof under here.
Oh, yeah. Everybody's getting in tight now. I knew the forecast called for rain, but when I left, it said it was going to be gone by the time we got here. This one hit to center. Nice catch by Vincenzo Lyons. Flashing the leather in center field, robbing him of a base hit.
2 down quickly. The Senecas waking up defensively. Now they just need the bats to come alive.
I almost said robbing the Blue Jays of a base hit, but I was like, no, we can't do that. Can't say 2 birds with 1 sentence. Fitro at the plate. Drake Fitro, senior catcher, hits this one into the air. Shortstop under it, makes the play for out number 3.
Yeah, throw a Fitro after getting retired there to close out the top of this 4th inning.
1, 2, 3, go the Blue Jays. We head to the bottom half of the 4th. Still 1-0 Delphos St. John's on top of Tiffin Calvert. Now let's take a moment and talk about our keys to the game, brought to you by our friends at First National Bank of Sycamore.
See if I get it. Where's it there? Oops, gotta get that up. There you go.
As you look at the team stats for both of these teams, for the Senecas today, I thought it was important that they get the early lead. Well, Tommy, now that's out the door. It's out the window. But don't let the moment get too big. It is a state semifinal. Yes, you're on this big stage, but don't let this moment get too big. It's still a baseball game. You're still playing the game you love. You've been playing it for a long time. Just go out there and play the game. For the Blue Jays today, weather the storm. Literally, it's starting to rain here, and these Senecas have a habit of kind of hanging one on you. they lie in wait sometimes and then erupt for a big inning. So that's going to be the Blue Jays' key for today is weather the storm. If the Senecas if they're able to get a little bit of momentum and string some runs together, they have to weather that storm and be able to play through it. But also today, play some small ball. And that's exactly what led to the first run of the game. Once again, our keys to the game brought to you by First National Bank of Sycamore. St. John's at 19-7 overall record. Tiffin Calvert 28-2. They had a matchup earlier this week with another state semifinalist, Perkins, as they got a little warm-up matchup. Of course, Matt Coleman and the staff, they love doing that this time of year, Tommy. We've got a long gap in playing time. They had 8 days in between games. He's going to try to find somebody to play a friendly with. And just so happened, Perkins still playing baseball. Why not? Let's get him in there. And had a nice little matchup with them. Ended up coming out on top, 6-5 in that one. But, of course, that was both teams throwing 5 pitchers. Just everybody's getting some at-bats. But you got to hope that you keep these guys playing, it keeps that momentum rolling. But even if you get those games, it still can lead to, you still got a long layoff, Tommy, in between real games. The tournament is the tournament, and it's a different playing field now.
Yeah, we talk about the 1-0 here at the bottom of 4. These Senecas coming into today, outscoring opponents in the semifinal or in the tournament play 63-6. And those only 2 blemishes on that record. Both those losses coming to Bishop Watterson and a 20-win Hopewell Loudon squad, a backyard rivalry. So, I mean,
a 1-0 to Bishop Watterson, who's playing for the Division III state title today. And that one misses high. Lions.
That's the thing, though, Nate, is you don't have to win by 100.
That's right.
Just one.
That's right. That's all it needs. That's all it takes. The 1-0. That one misses. 2-0. Vincenzo Lyons leading things off for the Senecas here.
Man, he's had a heck of a season, hasn't he?
Oh, he absolutely has. The table setter for this Senecas lineup, leading the way. Watches that one right down the pipe for a strike. .435 batting average, .574 on base percentage. His OPS 1.115. 27 walks, 37 hits. This young man knows how to get on base. Foul. Here's the payoff. That one misses outside, and the Senecas have their first base runner of the game here in the bottom half of the 4th inning as Vincenzo Lyons strolls down to first with a leadoff base runner for A.J. Shoemaker.
And again, unfamiliar territory for these Senecas as you thought they hit a grand slam on that one. Just by getting a runner, just by getting somebody on base.
I will say this.
That does open some things up for you.
Not many teams run on these Blue Jays. They don't have a whole lot of stolen bases allowed on the season. This is a team that they field the ball really well. They don't make a lot of errors. And they got a great catcher behind the plate who's got a cannon for an arm. Shoemaker hits this one to second. To second for one. The relay is not in time, so Shoemaker beats it out. He'll be at first, but we have one out. Seneca is still unable to hit the ball out of the infield, Tommy.
Well, it just shows you what kind of athlete Shoemaker is there, as that was just one solid motion, and he still beat out that throw to first.
Elwer is keeping most of his pitches down in the zone, which has led to a lot of ground balls for the Senecas. They're just pounding this thing into the turf. And that turf just isn't bouncing very much with the wet weather, you know. It's not, there's not a whole lot of bounce to it today.
Yeah, you see the black rubber fly up and just kind of stop it dead in its track as opposed to a continued roll.
Elwer, first pitch to Palm is in there for a strike. Charlie Palm, 0 for 1 today. A.J. Shoemaker down at first. 1 out. Bottom of the 4th. Throw back to first, and Shoemaker dives back in there safely. Charlie Palm, 45 hits on the year, 15 doubles. This one hit foul down the first baseline, in on the hands. He is working inside to these hitters.
And that was the thing, is that one looked like it just kind of came back over and inside.
Yep. And he's got a
to
loop.
where you're only gonna get that on the short stub of the bat.
That looping breaking pitch that he has really fooled these Senecas. No balls, 2 strikes here on Palm, 1 out. Elwer checks the runner, comes set. Fires over to first with Shoemaker diving in safely. One nothing, Delphos. Cam Elwer sitting at 48 pitches. Here's the 0-2. That one misses. Sophomore Charlie Palm. 656 slugging percentage. This one fouled at the plate. Off his foot. That one's going to hurt. Ouch. And he might need a second or two to walk that one off. You hear Dad down there. Come on, Chuck, let's go. Walk it off.
Ain't nothing.
One ball, 2 strikes, 1 out.
You could use a little bit of the toe magic to get you on base right here.
Elwer checks the runner. Comes set. Here's the 1-2. Swung on, foul tipped into the glove for strikeout. Cam Elwer.
But just like Joe the Toe, bottom of the ball
Masterful.
on that release.
Man. 5 strikeouts now for Elwer. That'll bring up Connor Moyer. Of course, Moyer, our spotlight player of the game. We'll talk about that here in just a minute. Throw over to first. Just want to keep him honest. Two down. Bottom half of the 4th inning. Runner at first base. First pitch to Moyer, upstairs and outside.
I think ideally this was a situation where you wish you were only 1 down when you have this situation with a runner on and Moyer at the plate.
Here's the 1-0. Inside. 2-0. Moyer laid off that pitch that I think a lot of these hitters have been over top of. The 2-0, actually, he's going to throw it over to first, and Shoemaker dives back in there. How many times he had to dive into first, Tommy? 4? At least 4. This jersey's probably full of those little black beads. The 2-0. Upstairs. It's 3-0 here on Connor Moyer.
I gotta tell you guys, this place wasn't really what I expected when we pulled up. I was confused. I thought this was the Herman Munster Stadium. This place is pretty awesome, though, actually. Got a lot of history here.
Mm-hmm. Moyer fouls the 3-0 pitch up and onto the roof.
Named after one of the most prolific Ohioans play the game.
Yeah. Unique setting for baseball.
Yeah, it's like old school vibes. Reminds me of a big time game back in the old days or something.
Yeah. The 3-1. Moyer pops this one up to right.
No.
Right fielder under it. And ooh, he's able to make the catch for out number 3. And the Senecas are retired once again, still without a base hit through 4. We head to the 5th inning, 1-0 Blue Jays. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Welcome to your Legacy Federal Credit Union, your trusted community credit union for over 70 years. We're not just a credit union, we're your personal financial counselor. Your Legacy Federal Credit Union is a full-service financial institution tailoring solutions to your needs. Whether it's your first home or planning for the future, we're here to help you find success. Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, a legacy built on trust, commitment, and community.
Your legacy.
This is a Butler building, and so is this one, and this one, and this one too. They're all Butler buildings. Custom designed, custom built to exacting specifications by Klaus Construction, your local Butler builder. Discover the difference a versatile Butler manufacturing building system can make for your new facility. Virtually any size, any shape, any usage. Call Klaus Construction today. You'll find their work all over Northwest Ohio and online at klausconstruction.com.
You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports.
Welcome back to Thurman Munson Memorial Stadium. We are live with this audio cast of today's state semifinal between Tiffin Calvert and Delphos St. John's. Nate Mullins and Tommy Hall on the call with you. Greg the Wizard Kinn on production. Also, Dalton McComas helping us out with the video side of things. We will have a delayed video broadcast for you later this evening. We'll post that as soon as we get home. Also want to give a big shout out to Emma Maeglin on camera for us today.
First one swung on.
Logan Duncan at the plate. And there's another strikeout for Ritzler. He has just been cruising since that first batter. The first batter is the one that got home and scored that run. Since then, he's been untouchable.
Might have been when it was unconnected in the internet. That's weird.
We thank all of you joining us here on the YouTube broadcast, or if you're watching on Twitch as well. Having an issue with our Facebook stream for some reason. It cut off on us and never even started. So I can't even find the video on Facebook. So nevertheless, we'll get the full video uploaded later today with the video. Three balls and a strike here, the count. This one hit into the outfield for a base hit. This one's going to get all the way into the alley. This will be trouble.
Go,
a triple as Weichert motors his way into third base with a triple.
And when you have the lead these are the type of things you need to happen for you at bat. Get some guys on, create the momentum, and build on to that lead. Try to bury these Senecas and runs.
And now we have a mound visit. Of course, our mound visits today brought to you by our friends at Forte Music. Stop by and see the great folks at Forte for all of your musical needs. And I mean all of it. Like if you got audio equipment that you're looking for a cable that you can't find and you don't want to order it online, head over and see Ed and the folks at Forte Music. If you got, maybe you got a guitar that needs fixing, maybe you've been sitting there looking at it, it's collecting dust. Man, I just want to play it, but it needs some strings on it. Take it over there. They've got everything you need. Also, instrument repair. They do so much over there for you at Forte Music. One of our proud sponsors here on Heart of Ohio Sports. Big shout out to Ed Adams for reaching out. Actually, he reached out to me about getting on this game. So I want to give a big shout out to Ed and all the fine staff at Forte Music. 1-0 Blue Jays, runner at third, one out. This one hit into the outfield, a base hit, and another run will score for the Blue Jays. It's 2-0 Delphos St. John's, and they have all the momentum right now. That one, Aiden Swick, the pinch hitter, comes in and just tattoos the first pitch he sees in between the third baseman and shortstop. That'll bring up Braden Lindemann. Fouled back. When you talk about these Senecas, they have gaudy numbers. You look at those numbers and they are gaudy and they jump out at you. But the one thing that I will say about this team is when they face a good pitcher, they can struggle. This is a team that has in the past struggled when they face a good pitcher. Runner off, throw down to second is no. They say he was safe. Wow. I thought that was a clear cut out. Throw was in there, tag was in there, but they say he must have swam around the tag. I don't know. I didn't get a good look at it.
From what I was looking at, I didn't think there was any swimming around anything. It looked like he swam right into the glove.
And the coach is out there to have a discussion with the umpire who was right on top of it. But, I mean, he's right there. How are you going to argue the call? We got a four-man crew today, so there's no excuse for any missed calls. He's right on top of it. So a runner at second base, one out. Ritzler comes set. Here's the 1-1. Swung on and missed. Got him with the off speed, had him out in front of it. Hmm. 2-0 Blue Jays. They put a run on board in the first, and now they've got another one here in the fifth. This one's an earned run. Just the third earned run allowed all year by Logan Ritzler. Well, like I said, they haven't faced a team like this. They haven't faced a team like Delphos. This Blue Jays team, they faced a lot of good baseball teams this year. Of course, they play in that vaunted MAC conference. So many good baseball teams. State semifinalist St. Henry coming out of that one.
That's why Coach Coleman have tried to keep these Senecas ready.
The 2-2 hit to left, and that's going to be trouble. Into the alley, all the way to the fence. Another run will score. It's going to be another triple. And the Blue Jays are now up 3-0.
They're just getting a hold of these pitches and just sending them into orbit. landing where nobody is. Great ball placement by the Blue Jays here in the top of the fifth.
So a runner at third, still just one out, and they're teeing off on Ritzler now, as that's now 3 straight base hits for the Blue Jays. 2 of them triples. Here's a pop-up. Ritzler calls for it, makes the catch, looks the runner back at third. That's a big out, but now you got 2 more runs on the board, and Elwer's pitching a no-hitter. Against the number 1 team in the state.
I think somebody forgot to tell him that.
I don't think it matters to him. This kid's he's faced a lot of pressure in his career in multiple sports, not just baseball, but in basketball. I mean, the kid's been on the biggest stages in basketball. So you talk about being able to stay cool in situations like this. It comes from experience. Being in situations like this leads you to have the composure that you need to come through. Cam Elwer hits this one to short. Shortstop backhand, throw across the diamond, and it sails it into the dugout. My goodness.
I don't know what.
We're seeing the Senecas make plays that they just have not made all year.
Yeah, that throw, I can't even. That was so high.
The Blue Jays will now scratch another one.
It's now 4-0 Delphos St. John's. They put 3 on the board here in the top of the 5th against the Senecas ace. This is why they put Ritzler on the mound today, was they wanted to get this game. This was important to them. This game, they put everything on the table for this game, and they're getting blanked by Delphos St. John's right now. And the number 1 team in the state pushed all their cards into the middle of the table, and the Blue Jays said, pfft. And Elwer helped himself out on that one with the RBI. So he'll take the mound in the bottom half of this inning with at least a 4-0 lead. And his brother's at the plate hoping to maybe give him another run here. The 2-0 is upstairs, and it's 3-0 here on Andrew Elwer.
With one on.
The 3-0 right down the pipe. Ritzler comes set, looks the runner back. Here's the 3-1. That one misses outside. Another walk for Ritzler. Wheels starting to come off here. That's the second walk of the game issued by Logan Ritzler. I mean, he was cruising. He got that first strikeout of the inning, Tommy, and that was his 7th strikeout of the game. I'm thinking, this kid's cruising right now. And these Blue Jays have just teed off on him ever since. They've batted around the order now. Swung on and missed by Kroger. Maddox Krager, first baseman. 0 for 2 today. Popped up, foul behind the plate, and it's going to go into the stands. I swear, some people act like they have no sense of awareness. Like that probably, like you don't even try to catch it or try to like shield it from somebody or anything. That guy was just clueless, standing there like, oh, there's a ball. The 0-2. Upstairs and outside. Ritzler now at 80 pitches here. 1-2. Swung on and missed. So the strikeout for Ritzler ends the inning, but the Blue Jays put 3 more on the board, and they now lead it 4-0 heading into the bottom half of the 5th. For the Senecas, if they're going to win this one, if they're going to punch their ticket to the state, it's going to take some dramatics now. Let's talk about our player spotlight, brought to you by our friends at Visic Orthodontics. For the Blue Jays, we shine our spotlight on the man of the hour, Cam Elwer. Blue Jays senior pitcher, batting .447, .538 on base percentage, OPS 1.267, but where he has been impressive today is on the mound. 1.13 ERA, 53 strikeouts, 43 1/3 innings pitched. Opposing hitters are batting just .212 against him on the season. For the Senecas, we shine our spotlight on senior catcher Connor Moyer. Moyer batting .375, .571 on base percentage, .556 slugging. That's a 1.127 OPS. 27 hits, 33 walks, 3 home runs, and 31 RBIs. He leads the SBC River in walks, 3rd in RBIs, and 5th in on-base percentage. First team all SBC River, second team all district. And this is the senior campaign for these Moyer twins. They've been on this team starters since day one as freshmen. They've seen a lot of postseason baseball. They've played a lot of games. Over 100 wins as a class. I believe I got the update from Jeff Moyer the other day. I think he said 112 or 110 wins and counting. 17 losses for this group, Tommy. 110 wins, 17 losses for this senior group. Pretty impressive. Cameron Moyer sends this one for a ride into the outfield, but the right fielder will camp under it to make the play for out number 1. I think that's going to be the approach from here on out for the Senecas. They're going to start swinging at some early pitches to try to get Elwer, but this kid is just dealing right now.
Now stepping to the plate, number 23, Tucker Coleman.
That'll bring up Tucker Coleman. Coleman, the sophomore, playing left field today. 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Went down swinging on a nasty breaking pitch back in the 3rd inning. And once again, in on the hands, these guys just can't lay off that pitch. Like, they keep swinging at it, and it's not anything you can do anything with. You can't do anything with that pitch. Just spit on it. Here's the 1-1 in the dirt. 2-1 the count. The 2-1. Coleman sends this one into the outfield for a base hit. The first base hit of the game for the Senecas comes with 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Breaks up the no-hitter from Cam Elwer. And this is where I start to ask, Tommy, if the Senecas start to get any kind of contact on Elwer now, how short of a leash does he have? Are you going to let him sit out there until they tie it up, or are you going to pull him before they get to that point? I'm not saying it's going to, but I'm just saying, as a coach, how short of a leash do you think he has?
I think he's still early in his pitch count to make that decision quite yet.
Yeah. Landon King at the plate, watches the first one upstairs. Tucker Coleman, the base runner at first base. He's going to have to stay on his toes. And that one's in there for a strike. 1-1 the count here on Landon King. Kinn grounded out his first time up. The 1-1. Inside and upstairs. That's what I tell my kids when I'm mad at them. Inside, upstairs, no. Elwer comes set. Here's the 2-1. King off his hands. Second baseman makes the play for out number 2. And once again, Tommy, it just proves you cannot do anything with that pitch. Like, it may look tasty, it may look good, but there's nothing that you can do with it.
Now stepping to the plate, number 1, Brandon Coleman.
That'll bring up Brandon Coleman. Sophomore center fielder, or right fielder today. Second baseman. I'll get it right eventually. First pitch outside. So you got Tucker Coleman at first base, the son of head coach Matt Coleman. And you have Brandon Coleman at the plate, son of third base coach Brian Coleman. The 1-0 outside, 2-0. Yeah, he has been calling that all day, but it's not always consistent. It's okay. They don't have to be. The 2-0. Back up the middle, through the infield for a base hit. And Tucker and Brandon Coleman able to get a base hit off of Cam Elwer. Now let's see what these Senecas can do. You got the 9-hitter up, and then the 1-2-3.
Little chat here.
See if they can make some noise. 2 base runners on board. 2 outs. Logan Ritzler steps into the box. He'd love to help himself out here, Tommy.
Absolutely. You definitely need something to come across the board for you in this inning, because even though you're facing a 4-0 deficit, you don't need to get it all back at once. You make this piece of work here in this inning, try to get something out of it, and then battle your way back up.
This is pitch number 69 for Elwer. This one off the hands, fouled off to the right, and first baseman makes the play for the 3rd out. So the Senecas leave 2 stranded. We're through 5. It's 4-0 St. John's. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports. Stop down to Benchwarmers in Tiffin or call it in for delivery. Fresh cut fries, locally sourced ingredients, and phenomenal service. Give the Tiffin store a call at 567-268-9268 and place your delivery order now. Benchwarmers Restaurant and Delivery. Welcome back here on Heart of Ohio Sports. We are live from Tornado Field. Defensive substitution coming in for the Tornadoes.
Hey, you're in.
Seems a little distracted down there.
Let's go, you're in. Oh, you gotta get out.
Runner at second base, nobody out. Here's the first pitch to Bremeyer. And that one's a wild pitch. Runner's off from second base, and catcher's still not paying attention.
Going for it.
He's around third.
Hey.
Headed home. Boom! Big collision at the plate. And wait a second. What's going on here? What's the call?
Hey man, hands off my who's.
Whatever, kid.
When the game's on who's, can't take your eye off of it.
You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports.
Discover your passion for music at Forte Music in Tiffin. Whether you're looking for lessons, instruments, or accessories, Forte Music offers everything you need to take your sound to the next level. From beginners to experienced musicians, they've got you covered with expert guidance and top quality gear. Forte Music, where music lives. Welcome back to Thurman Munson Memorial Stadium as we start the 6th inning of work. Nate Mullins, Tommy Hall on the call with you. This one hit to short. Palm, wow. He bobbled it, but was able to make the catch. That was a little scary right there. But a quick out recorded there. That'll bring up Logan Duncan, junior first baseman. Duncan 0 for 2 today. 2 strikeouts. That one's in there for a strike. Ritzler sitting at 84 pitches. This one's going to get through the infield for a base hit. And it's past the right fielder's glove.
Oh, my goodness.
And he's going to be on his horse all the way to
Riding the lightning. Delphos, after a 3-run 5th inning, looking to add more here in the top of the 6th with a runner on 3rd now.
Nobody out.
What's that, the 3rd time now that they've had, like, I don't know if that would count as a triple, but.
And they're playing so far in. Every one of the outfielders playing like halfway in on the grass. They have to go so far back if the ball's hit in the alley. There's so much room out there. That's every one of these triples or every one of these plays has been because of the. No, never mind.
Bring a runner to the 3rd.
I mean, in that situation, Shoemaker, that's just tough play, you know? It's a head scratcher. You don't like it, but it happens. And I think this is going to do it for Logan Ritzler here. At 86 pitches, I think his day will be done. We'll see who they bring in, unless they decide they're just going to let him finish it out. This is the ace. This is his senior year. So if you're Coach Coleman, you're probably telling him, hey, you got us here. You're the biggest reason why we're here. District Player of the Year, SBC River Player of the Year. There's a reason why you're here. And that indeed was the call. They'll leave him on the mound here at 86 pitches with a runner at 3rd, 1 out. That mound visit brought to you by our friends at Forte Music. First pitch from Ritzler misses high to Jackson Wiekert. And the 1-0. That one misses outside, 2-0. Margins are slim with this strike zone today. The 2-0. Hit to 3rd and through the infield. Another base hit, another run scored. The Blue Jays are just pouring it on now. 5-0. Delphos St. John's here in the top of the 6th, and this is definitely unfamiliar territory for these Senecas. I don't think they've ever faced a deficit like this late in the game. But, folks, let me just tell you, these Senecas have already come back from a 5-run deficit in this tournament. Anything's possible. But we got a mound visit brought to you by Forte Music, and that's going to do it for Logan Ritzler. As they gave him the shot to get through it, but that base hit is going to be all she wrote for the senior. They'll close the book on Ritzler. They'll turn the ball over to Braxton Shoemaker. Actually, no, Cohen Stull will take over on the mound, rightfully so. Another senior for the Senecas. Take a look at his pitching numbers on the year. Cohen Stull, 28 1/3 innings pitched, 16 hits allowed, 12 walks, 11 runs, 8 of those earned, 39 strikeouts, and a 1.98 ERA. He's 4-0 in his 4 starts. Let's take a moment and thank all of our sponsors for allowing us to be here. Broadcast this one live and paywall free here for you on Heart of Ohio Sports. We'd like to thank Cadet Mexican Restaurant, Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, Klaus Construction, Benchwarmers Restaurant and Delivery, Danner's Towing and Recycling, Robbie Paul Construction and Excavating, First National Bank of Sycamore, Forte Music, Visic Orthodontics, and Fiesel's Frame and Collision, as well as the Edward Jones offices of Tiffin. All proud sponsors bringing you tournament baseball right here on Heart of Ohio Sports. A big shout out to all of our sponsors for their support through our tournament coverage. It's been a long journey. This will be game number, I think, 12 for us now.
Yeah.
Game number 12 in tournament play. We had 15 regular season games, 12 tournament games now.
It's been a fun season. Hopefully the Senecas can extend it here, but running out of time, Nate.
Aiden Swick, the junior, steps into the batter's box. And the first one's in there for a strike. This one hit into left field. Back, left fielder chasing, and tracks it down for the second out.
Good job there tracking that one down.
Tucker Coleman used all of his speed to get to that one. Showing off the wheels.
The leadoff runner from first got ahead of himself. Made a great track for it, but then he didn't tag up, had to trek all the way back.
Yeah, Swick showed off the power, but it was just warning track power, so Weichert had to hurry up and get back. I guess this is a mound visit, kinda, I guess.
Yeah.
Connor Moyer out there to talk to Cohen Stull. Little discussion. Braden Lindemann at the plate. Watches the first one in there for a strike. Stull comes set. There's the 0-1. Swung on and missed. Gets through the catcher's glove. Runner scampers over to second base. And they're lucky that one didn't get away.
Yeah.
I mean, the runner was already there. He probably should have just threw that one back to the pitcher. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. Runner at second. Cohen Stull checks the runner. Comes set. Here's the 0-2. Ooh, he just missed on that one. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the 1-2. Inside. 2-2. And he wanted that one. They're warming up an arm in the bullpen out there. As I believe that is Colton Clark, who was just out there warming up for the Blue Jays. I highly doubt he'll be coming in the 6th inning, but they'll probably just get him stretched out for the 7th.
As you see, the clouds trying to part open over here, guys.
Yeah.
The sun's trying to come through. Hey.
Well, the sky's blue.
I was going to say, Calvert's favorite fan trying to make his entrance here. He's just a little bit late.
This one hit to left. Left fielder watches it hit in front of him. They're going to send the runner. Coleman,
stumbled.
The gun from left field. They said, never mind. We're not going to chance that one. Third base coach originally had that arm a waving. But then he saw Coleman come up fire, and he said, wait, actually, that's a quarterback? Never mind.
And they thought twice about that, also because they know who was coming up with McLean.
Exactly. Tice McLean at the plate. He's 0 for 3, but he reached on error in the first inning, came around to score the first run of the game. Senecas 3 errors, no runs, 2 hits. Blue Jays 5 runs, 6 hits, no errors. Playing some clean baseball. 2-0 the count here on McLean. Of course, if you're going to have him on base, this is the only time you really want him on base, when there's nowhere for him to go, you know. But at the same time, you don't want to put him on base. You want to get him out. The 2-1 upstairs, 3-1. 5-0 Blue Jays. Top of the 6th, 2 down. Runners at second and third. Here's the 3-1 from Stahl. Fouled back into the net. And it's a full count. And that's a walk. Puts him on. Fell behind in the count, 2-0. Able to work his way back, but
now you're facing.
Puts him on base.
Base is juiced. 2 down here at the top of the 6th.
And you got your big guy at the plate, Cam Elwer, with the bases loaded here in the top of the 6th. This is exactly who you want at the plate if you're the Blue Jays. He might be 0 for 3, but that doesn't mean anything at this point. First pitch in there, first strike.
Just cruise that one past.
They need a few more of those. The 0-1 hit into the air into right field. Shoemaker under it. Makes the play for the third out of the inning, but the Blue Jays put another run on the board. It's now 5-0 Delphos St. John's as we head to the bottom half of the 6th inning. Let's go ahead and thank our sponsors, allowing us to be here, broadcast this game for you. Paywall free here on Heart of Ohio Sports. We'd like to thank our pregame show sponsors, Cadet Mexican Restaurant, our postgame show sponsor, Your Legacy Federal Credit Union. All instant replays today brought to you by Klaus Construction. Player of the Game brought to you by Benchwarmers Restaurant and Delivery. Keys to the Game brought to you by First National Bank of Sycamore. Our Player Spotlight, as always, brought to you by Visic Orthodontics. Today's pitch cam presented by Danner's Towing and Recycling. And Mound Visits are brought to you by Forte Music. We'd also like to thank Robbie Paul Construction and Excavating, Fiesel's Frame and Collision, and the Edward Jones offices of Tiffin for all of their contributions here on the broadcast. It all comes down to this. Senecas down to their final 6 outs of the season potentially here, Tommy. And
I found Waldo.
I bet that's his favorite shirt, too.
Oh, man. He's got to be the only guy. Like, look at all the blue in the stands and stuff today. He's got to be the only guy wearing a
red and white striped shirt.
Striped shirt.
Cam Elwer set to come out for his 6th inning of work. He's sitting at 69 pitches. Just 2 hits allowed, 1 walk, 5 strikeouts, no runs. He has been efficient, effective, and cool, calm, and collected, man. Vincenzo Lyons, top of the order for the Senecas, leads things off. And Elwer starts him out with a first pitch strike. That's so key to his approach with this lineup. He has been ahead of these hitters all day, Tommy.
Yeah, you really can't ask for much more out of Elwer.
One ball, one strike here on Vincenzo Lyons. This one hit to first. First baseman makes an easy play for the first out.
Down to your final 5 outs. Chasing a 5-0 lead.
And it's just unfamiliar for these Senecas. And for anybody watching this or listening along to the broadcast, you're like, how is this Senecas team down 5-0? To be honest, folks, it all falls with Cam Elwer. Like, he has just baffled this lineup from start to finish. It looks like he has put his fingerprints all over what potentially could be a complete game shutout.
I was saying a couple of uncharacteristic errors, too, by the Senecas.
Oh, absolutely.
Found themselves in a hole here.
Swung on and missed. Shoemaker. 1-1 the count. He's 0 for 2 today. Yeah, of these 5 runs for the Blue Jays, 3 of those are earned, thanks to the 3 errors on the Senecas. Whoa. These delayed calls, I'm sick of it already. Like, I don't even, I have a bad angle up here to begin with, so I don't know whether it's a ball or a strike, and his calls have been all over the place, so. Is he going to call it? Wait, he might still call it, hang on. Evidently, that was a ball. There's 2 balls, 2 strikes here on A.J. Shoemaker. I'm not the only one groaning either. It's both sides, like both sides of these. And that one's a ball, too. 3-2 the count here on Shoemaker. Here's the payoff. Upstairs, and he draws the walk. And he looks at that dugout with a little look of determination, like, come on, guys, let's go. That'll bring up Charlie Palm. And when you look at this lineup and just the way he has just been masterfully just shutting down every one of these hitters, Tommy, the numbers jump off the sheet at you when you talk about some of the stats that these hitters have put up this year. And he is just, it doesn't bother him, doesn't faze him. Just going out there with a plan and executing every time. And he read the scouting report on these guys. And he's got them figured out. Runner at first base, 1 out. Charlie Palm at the plate, watches that first one outside. Now Elwer comes into the set. The 1-0. This one grounded foul down the first baseline.
That one found its way back inside.
Cam Elwer sitting at 80 pitches here. Here's the 1-1. This one hit into the outfield. It's going to get down for a base hit. They're sending Shoemaker to third. Palm stays put at first base. The Senecas have runners at the corners with 1 out, and now a little bit of momentum here. And you've got the Bash Bros up next. Connor Moyer steps into the batter's box.
Hey, if there's any time for a home run this season, right now, let's go ahead and slap one on there.
1/2 of the Super Mario Brothers. Wanted to open up a can of Chef Moyardee.
5-0 Delphos St. John's. Senecas have runners at first and third, 1 out.
And what could be his last at-bat of the season.
Elwer steps off. Now he's back into this set. Checks both the runners. Here's the first pitch to Moyer. It was in the turf. Here's the 1-0. That one's in there. I didn't have to wait for that one. I knew.
Super Mario Brothers watched that one go down the pipe.
He did. One ball, one strike, one out. Here's the pitch. Gets away from the catcher. They send the runner, and the Senecas put a run on the board. It's now 5-1, Delphos St. John's. Runner moves down to second base. And it's a 2-1 count here on Connor Moyer. Is this where the Senecas finally find their momentum?
You're going to need a lot to happen still, but you're not going away quietly.
Here's the 2-1. Back up the middle, through the infield for a base hit. They're going to stop the runner at third. And the Senecas, once again, will have runners at the corners. Still one out. And that'll bring up Cameron Moyer. And now we've got to, this is what I was talking about, Tommy. How short is his leash? 85 pitches now. If you are playing for a state title, if you are playing for a chance to go to a state title, if I'm the coach, as soon as they start teeing off, I'm done. Sorry, buddy. They're seeing your pitches better. You got to go. This is the third time through the order for a lot of these hitters now. They're starting to see the ball a little better coming out of his hands. So, and this is the productive part of the order. It's the heart of the lineup, Tommy. That mound visit brought to you by our friends at Forte Music. One out, bottom of the sixth. Senecas trail at 5-1. The Blue Jays put one on the board in the first, 3 in the fifth, and 1 here in the top of the sixth.
Yeah, let Elwer keep working. A little bit of strategy meeting in that mound visit as opposed to pulling your guy.
Now Cameron Moyer steps into the batter's box, leading the team in home runs with 7. He watches that one down low. Ooh. And that's one thing I got to say about Cam Moyer. Since we've been covering this team, since his freshman year, his plate discipline has just progressed so much. Those were pitches that he was swinging at his freshman, sophomore year, but he has done a great job this year with his plate discipline. The 1-0. Outside, 2-0.
He loaded up.
Yeah.
He wanted to. Get a hold of that one, and what a way to just pull back. Runners on the corners. Chasing that 5-1 lead. Chasing a 4-runner lead.
Conley Stahl, the relief runner at first. Here's the 2-0. Moyer sends this one to left. It gets through. Another base hit. Another run will score for the Senecas. It's 5-2. Don't forget, folks, this is the #1 team in the state for a reason. They're not going anywhere. They're not just going to go down quietly.
I tell you guys, I can feel it with each hit. You just feel the excitement just rolling through your veins, and you can hear the crowd over here, the dugout getting loud.
And now, the one who got the hit party started, Tucker Coleman, broke up the no-hitter his last time up. Steps up into the batter's box with runners at first and second with 1 out.
Let's see some of his greatest hits here. So let's go blue chant.
That is. Well, which one?
Well, it's coming from the Calvert side, I believe.
Okay, left side. All right. Coleman hits this one. Third baseman gloves it, throws to second. There's no relay. But that's 2 outs. Puts runners at the corners, though, with 2 outs. And that'll bring up Landon King. King 0 for 2. Tying run at the plate for the Senecas. 2 down. First pitch down low to Landon King. It just got really muggy, like in the last 10 minutes. I'm like, wow, okay. Elwer comes set. Here's the 1-0. And that one's inside. It's 2-0 here on Landon King. Oh, the groans coming from the St. John's faithful. They didn't like that one. They thought that was in there. And Elwer came into this inning, Tommy, at 69 pitches. He's now at 91. Upstairs, it's 3-0.
Like we talked about a little bit earlier in the broadcast, these Senecas, they can wear on you like patience on a monument. They take their time and they make sure that every effort, cold calculated, everything happens for a reason. That comes from great coaching.
The 3-0 taken all the way, watches it in there for a strike.
And Elwer's got to be in his head just thinking, hey, I've had great command of the ball throughout these last 6 innings. Let's go ahead and get this work done now. You can't have it.
And he walks him. The bases are juiced. And Brandon Coleman steps to the plate. The winning run, or the leading run at the plate for the Senecas. Shouldn't say the winning run. It's still bottom of the 6th, not 7th. The go-ahead run, that's what it's called. I'll get it right eventually. So Gabe Baddock will come in as the relief runner for Landon King. Conley Stahl at third. Tucker Coleman at second. Gabe Baddock at first. Brandon Coleman at the plate. Senecas trail it by 3. Bottom of the 6th, 2 down. Cam Elwer. This is pitch number 95. Upstairs.
Oh, man. You don't want to bury yourself.
He's starting to lose command now. He had been masterful through those first 5 innings. And this one fouled into the stands. That was a scary situation there.
Yeah, because it hit the front of the roof and bounced into the actual stands instead of going up on the roof.
Yeah, this is not a very spectator-friendly environment here.
Old Thurman Munson didn't care about the spectators.
That's good. That one's in there for a strike. 1-2 on Coleman. Elwer at 96 pitches.
Tommy over there making faces at me like I'm saying something bad.
They're going to kill you to read a Wikipedia before you...
Oh, I heard what you said when we walked up here.
The 1-2. Coleman chops this one. Second baseman unable to make the play. And no, they say he got him at first.
Come on.
What a play at first base. And I don't know if he made that play. I'm just going to be honest. That was so close. That was a bang, bang play at first base.
Yeah, that was, yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
Round out.
Calvert coach out to talk with the umpire, asking what happened. Like, honestly. But either way, we're through 6. It's 5-2 Blue Jays. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after this. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports.
At First National Bank of Sycamore, we are a truly local bank that is community-based and community-focused. We are invested in your success, and our team is here to help. First National Bank of Sycamore, banking that just makes sense.
At Heart of Ohio Sports, it's obvious. The first thing that comes to mind is sports. But we do a lot more than just cover live sporting events.
When we want to watch our highlights from last night's game, there's only one place we go, Heart of Ohio Sports.
You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports.
And we're back here, Thurman Munson Memorial Stadium. Nate Mullins, Tommy Hall, and Greg the Wizard Kinn on the call with you. Dalton McComas on production, helping us out with the video side of things. Emma Maeglin has been doing a great job on camera for us. Thanks for tuning in here with us on Heart of Ohio Sports. We start the 7th inning. The Blue Jays lead the Senecas 5-2. Tucker Coleman takes over on the mound for the Senecas. Cohen Stahl came in and was able to get out of the jam for Tiffin Calvert in the last inning. Of course, Logan Ritzler started this one. He went 5 1/3, gave up 5 hits, 5 runs, 3 of those earned, 2 walks, and 8 strikeouts. Cohen Stahl came in, gave up 1 hit and walked a batter, but then was able to get the 2 outs he needed to get out of the inning.
Leading off in the top half of the 7th inning for the Blue Jays, number 12, Andrew Eller.
Andrew Elwer leads things off in the top half of the 7th. Watches the first one in there for a strike. Take a look at Tucker Coleman's pitching stats on the year. He's 37 1/3 innings pitched. He's allowed 34 hits, 17 walks. He struck out 58 with a 2.44 ERA. Swung on and missed. 1-2. He's allowed 27 runs, but only 13 of those are earned, Tommy, so that just means his defense has been helping him out. The 1-2. Fouled off and out of play. Did I tell you I spotted where the softball hit our Hoosmobile? Yeah. I think it was a baseball, actually. Oh. This one hit into center field, but Lyons is going to be right there to make the play for the first out of the inning. Yeah, we were at the hotel this morning. I woke up and I looked out at the car, and I'm like, oh, there it is. There's a dent right on the top of the roof.
Oh, you can see it from the top of the car. Yeah, okay.
And that was a Moyer dent.
Doink. I don't know. Are you sure about that? If the Moyers hit it, it might have went through the roof of the car.
You sure about that? First pitch to Krager.
Jumped out of the glove.
Must have had a jumping bean in that one. Krager is 0 for 3 today. And the second one up high. It's 2-0. Coleman was kind of the ace for the team last year. Most innings pitched last year. This one's hit to second. Second baseman backhand. The throw over to first is in time. What a throw by Braxton Shoemaker.
Yeah.
His shoes took him off his feet there. He's able to make the play. The throw caused him to fall, but the throw was on line. 2 outs. And that'll bring up Drake Fitro, senior catcher. watches the first one, and that one must have missed. The 1-0 inside. Oh, 2-0 here on Fetro. Gorgeous facilities here. The home of the Canton McKinley Bulldogs. Also Malone University plays here, I think. This one's hit down to third. Third baseman, bare hand. Throw over to first is off the mark. And that one's going to be an error, which will lead to a runner at second base. Boy, Ritzler, I thought that looked slick. I thought he had a chance to make a nice slick play there as he barehanded the play, but was just unable to make a good throw over to first.
Yeah, throw just kind of sailed on him there.
So now you got a runner at second base with 2 down. That's not something you see very often out of Ritzler. He is a sure fielder over there at third base.
Yeah, I was just impressed with how quickly he was able to snag that one and just fire it over there.
If the throw was on target, it was an out for sure. This one hit back up the middle. Coleman with the snag and the underhand to first for the third out. But the Senecas now.
This is it, fellas.
This is it. It all comes down to this. This senior class. The most wins in school history. 110 wins. Can they make it 111? They need 4 runs here in the bottom of the 7th inning. It's not impossible, Tommy. It has happened before.
Oh, absolutely. As long as Calvert has a bat at the plate, they have a chance, and we've seen that time and time and again.
Now, my question is, do you throw Cam Elwers back out there on the mound, or do you decide, all right, it's time to make a change?
I bet they're going to put him back out.
Blood and bone.
See how it goes.
That's the only way you can. We're going to see. Yeah.
I think that's 12. Yeah, that's 12. So that'd be a pitching change if he's the pitcher that's coming in here. But he's playing shortstop. Never mind. We're good. There he is.
There he comes.
All right, there he comes. So they are sending Cam Elwers back out for another inning. His chance to close it out in his senior season. A storied career with the Delphos St. John's Blue Jays. Trying to put the exclamation point on his career at this point, Tommy.
Yeah, at the end of the day.
The fast charger. Let's see if that works.
Computer?
Yeah. It was low on battery, and it was running off that charger. It said it was charging, but it didn't really charge it, and it died. So I tried to see if we could get the fast charger there on it.
At the end of the day, you had one bad inning out of Elwers.
Yeah, absolutely, Tommy. And, you talk about trying to get 4 runs here in this final inning. I mean, you put 2 up as the Senecas there in the last inning, and you had how many? You had bases loaded. I mean, you had the opportunity to get more than 2 there. So, like you said, Nate, not impossible.
But with Cam Elwers on the mound, he has been spectacular.
Yeah, he gives you that. He gives you the chance, but he also gives you that head start like you talk about.
Yeah.
Getting out in front of batters.
Elwer through 6 innings, 5 hits allowed, 2 runs, both of them earned, 3 walks, 5 strikeouts. First pitch to Ritzler, misses low. You'll have the 9-1 and 2 hitters, so the heart of the lineup coming up for the Senecas. This is exactly what you want if you're a Senecas fan. When Ritzler watches that one, it's inside, 2-0. I think it's really important they get this leadoff runner aboard here. The 2-0. And there's Ritzler with a base hit. That one's going to go all the way to the wall. Logan Ritzler is headed to third base. And they're going to stop him there. He'll be in with a leadoff triple. And that is exactly what you need if you're the Senecas.
What a hit that was.
Not a bad way to start the inning. It definitely brings the paddles out. that 3-run deficit they face heading into the bottom of the 7th here.
That'll bring up Vincenzo Lyons. 0 for 2 with a walk. First pitch in there for a strike. Elwer into the windup. Here's the 0-1. This one hit. Shortstop backhand. Throw across the diamond is in time for the first out, but the Senecas do score a run. It's 5-3. Lyons does his job by getting the runner home, but now the Senecas still have a lot of work to do here. They need at least 2 to send it to extras, but they'd really like to get 3 and head to Akron. I think the Charger's in one of those bags, isn't it? In the brown bag right in front of you?
I don't know.
5-3. First pitch high. Makes it a 1-0 count.
It's in the belt bag.
The belt bag? Oh.
The black one. All the way on the end.
Yeah, they call that 1-1.
A.J. Shoemaker 0 for 2 today with a walk and a run scored. Came around and scored the first run for the Senecas last inning. That one misses. 2-1 the count. Nobody on, 1 out. In the bottom of the 7th. The 2-1 from Elwer. In there. Boom. 2-2. Here's the pitch. And that is high. 3-2. Everybody in blue and yellow wanted that call. But it's a full count here on A.J. Shoemaker. Here's your chance, kid. Chance to be a hero. What are you going to do? 3-2 count here. This one. Slap to third. Third baseman boots it. Unable to make the play. Shoemaker is safe at first.
Wow.
The Senecas catch a break.
You talk about wanting to play the hero ball. A lot of times in that situation, you're thinking, hey, just whatever it takes to get on base. But that time, he takes a hack at it. It jumps.
And if you're Jackson Weekert over there at third base, you got to be asking yourself, man, if I made that play, you're an out away from a state championship matchup. Now you got 2 outs to get still and a runner on. And the meat of the order, the 3-4-5 coming up next for the Senecas. We got a mound visit brought to you by Forte Music. Let's go ahead and take this time, thank all of our sponsors. Why not? Give a big shout out to all of our sponsors here on Heart of Ohio Sports. I want to thank Shkadet Mexican Restaurant, Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, Klaus Construction, Benchwarmers Restaurant and Delivery, Danner's Towing and Recycling, Robbie Paul Construction and Excavating, First National Bank of Sycamore, Forte Music, Visic Orthodontics, Fiesel's Frame and Collision, and the Edward Jones offices of Tiffin. All proud sponsors bringing you today's tournament baseball game right here on Heart of Ohio Sports. Of course, those of you watching on the audiocast, we'll bring you the full video cast later today. We do have a little bit of an issue with the video feed for a little bit, but we got most of it. I'd say we got about 98% of this game recorded. First pitch to Charlie Palm is in there for a strike. Righty-lefty matchup here. Palm fouls this one back into the stands. And the Calvert Little League kids are fighting over the ball, but they got to go give it back. Throw it back. Throw it back. But you can't throw it through the net, so. Yeah, I love the announcer saying, you got to bring the baseball back.
Well, they brought 3.
Yeah, right? We only brought 3, guys. Come on. That's awesome. The 0-2. Oh, gone and missed. A big strikeout for Cam Elwer. And Charlie Palm goes down swinging. Senecas down to their final out. They're down by 2. They got a runner on first, the tying run at the plate. Connor Moyer. 1 for 3 today. Elwer comes set. There's the first pitch to Moyer. Swung on, fouled off to the right. Cam Elwer, 113 pitches now. Connor Moyer at the plate. Here's the 0-1. Moyer sends this one into center. Center fielder under it, squeezes it, and that's the ball game. The Senecas are denied once again from their trip to the state championship game. Their season comes to an end here in Canton. Final score 5-3. Delphos moves on to the state championship game. We'll be back after this. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports. Let's go! Boom! This is my house! Let's go! Hey, let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
The best rivalries make you better. Heart of Ohio Sports. Hey, let's go! Let's go!
Put your game face on. Heart of Ohio Sports.
Welcome to your Legacy Federal Credit Union, your trusted community credit union for over 70 years. We're not just a credit union, we're your personal financial counselor. Your Legacy Federal Credit Union is a full-service financial institution tailoring solutions to your needs. Whether it's your first home or planning for the future, we're here to help you find success. Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, a legacy built on trust, commitment, and community.
Your legacy.
Stop down to Benchwarmers in Tiffin or call it in for delivery. Fresh cut fries, locally sourced ingredients, and phenomenal service. Give the Tiffin store a call at 567-268-9268 and place your delivery order now. Benchwarmers Restaurant and Delivery. Welcome back here on Heart of Ohio Sports. We are live from Tornado Field. Defensive substitution coming in for the Tornadoes.
Hey, you're in.
Seems a little distracted down there.
Let's go, you're in. Oh, you gotta get out.
Runner at second base, nobody out. Here's the first pitch to Bremeyer. And that one's a wild pitch. Runner's off from second base, and catcher's still not paying attention.
Going for.
He's around third.
Hey.
Headed home. Boom! Big collision at the plate. And wait a second. What's going on here? What's the call?
Hey man, hands off my who's.
Whatever, kid.
When the game's on who's, can't take your eye off of it.
This is a Butler building, and so is this one, and this one, and this one too. They're all Butler buildings. Custom designed, custom built to exacting specifications by Klaus Construction, your local Butler builder. Discover the difference a versatile Butler manufacturing building system can make for your new facility. Virtually any size, any shape, any usage. Call Klaus Construction today. You'll find their work all over Northwest Ohio and online at klausconstruction.com.
At First National Bank of Sycamore, we are a truly local bank that is community-based and community-focused. We are invested in your success, and our team is here to help. First National Bank of Sycamore, banking that just makes sense.
At Visick Orthodontics, they're all about creating confident, healthy smiles for every age. Dr. Visick and the team use the latest techniques to make your orthodontic journey comfortable and effective. Discover the difference of personalized care and a smile you'll be proud to show off. Schedule your consultation with Visick Orthodontics today.
My stomach is messed up.
The game's almost over. Can't you wait?
No, I gotta go right now.
Wow, really?
Swung on, hit to center, well hit. Back, and this one's gone! A home run for Connor Moyer on an 0-2
Needed
pitch.
that.
Smokes it to dead center. That's
Oh
probably at least
man, are you
360.
kidding me?
It happens. Never miss a moment. Heart of Ohio Sports.
You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports.
Welcome back to Thurman Munson Memorial Stadium. Once again, your final. Delphos St. John's 5, Tiffin Calvert 3. Senecas' magical season comes to an end here in the state semifinal once again for the 4th time in the last 5 years. This has been the thorn in the side of these Senecas, as it just seems like, you know, they get to this point, and up to this point, they seem untouchable, unbeatable. They seem like the team to beat, not just in D7, but you can go D6, D5, D4. I mean, this is one of the best teams in the state every single year, but Tommy, they just can't get over this hump.
Yeah, it's one of those things, again, you talk about a lot of these seniors not noticing too many losses or blemishes on the record, but there's 3 that have been seared into their minds, and now you add another one to it. It's one of those things. You talk about one of the most historic Tiffin Calvert squads that had ever been put together in the past four years. And for this senior class, I mean, sometimes you can't overlook what the ride was, especially with how your journey ends. So at the end of the day, yeah, it's one of those things where, man, we can't get over that hump. But also, who the heck gets to this stage that many times in a row? I mean, you definitely got to tip your caps to these Tiffin Senecas who, again, made it to the dance here again today, just wasn't able to get the job done. And Delphos St. John's, they definitely came in today and took care of business with strong pitching and then getting on base and just making, just capitalizing on Seneca errors earlier on in this game to take that lead.
And you talk about this Delphos St. John's team, I mean, they didn't have to throw anybody else other than Cam Elwer, so they'll have their entire pitching roster to go to after today for tomorrow's championship game. And you could say that his younger brother, honestly, the numbers look a little bit better. So maybe they have their best pitcher going tomorrow. But Cam, the senior, tonight, Tommy, you can't say enough about this young man and his performance today. Just outstanding performance on the mound. In clutch situations, pressure situations, he just kept coming through in the clutch.
And when you get to this level, I mean, that's the difference maker. You have those guys that step up and stand out, and Cal Elwer's definitely a storied player for these Delphos St. John Blue Jays.
Yeah, tell him. I don't care. Bame, shut up. This ain't the advertiser, bro. Just shut up.
Don't give it.
Seriously. You got nothing nice to say? Don't say nothing at all. How about that?
No, I know. I know all about the rules. I just like to break them. I don't really care.
Once again, final score 5-3. Delphos St. John's moves on to the state championship game tomorrow at Akron. It'll be played at 4 o'clock. But this closes the book on the 2026 baseball season for these Tiffin Calvert Senecas and closes the book on some seniors that, like you said, Tommy, have left an indelible mark on this program for years to come. And we got to talk about these seniors as they will be our bench warmers, players of the game. Of course, this is always symbolic. When we reach this point, nobody ever wants to lose. Nobody ever wants it to end this way. And it's always hard. We come here to cover the Senecas. I know Delphos had a great game. Cam Elwer probably deserves the player of the game, but I didn't come here to cover Delphos St. John's. I come here to cover Tiffin Calvert. And for me, my players of the game are these Tiffin Calvert seniors. When you talk about this senior group, 100 wins, 110 wins total, just 18 losses in their careers. That is a school record for a single 4-year run. But we'll talk about these seniors. I'll list them off here for you. Connor Moyer, senior. AJ Shoemaker, senior. Cohen Stahl, senior. Cameron Moyer, Luke Weyer, and Logan Ritzler. Those are your seniors this year. And those names, been calling those names for a long time, Tommy.
Yeah, and again, this senior class robbed from that one win away from the state championship as Delphos St. John's took that away and was able to advance here to the state championship. But this is also a class, our senior spotlight, that won 4 straight SBC River titles, 4 straight district titles, and made it to state in 3 of the 4 years. So not a bad day at the office for these seniors, and just a tremendous ride that we've got to be included in on since since we started covering baseball, which teams like this Tiffin Calvert Senecas is the reason why we've been able to get into baseball and get coverage and get sponsors to help out, because they see the talent around our area, they support our community, and again, when we put the support of the community into these programs, you get great results, and this Tiffin Calvert squad is exactly an example of that.
Once again, a big shout out to all the seniors on this squad as our bench warmers, restaurant and delivery player of the game. Let's take a moment, thank our sponsors, and then we'll wrap things up and get out of here, because we got another game that's getting ready to get set here, and we got to get off of this area so other media can get set up. But once again, a big shout out and a thank you to all of our sponsors, including Xcaret Mexican Restaurant, Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, Klaus Construction, Benchwarmers Restaurant and Delivery, Danner's Towing and Recycling, Robbie Paul Construction and Excavating, First National Bank of Sycamore, Forte Music, Vicek Orthodontics, Fiesel's Frame and Collision, and the Edward Jones offices of Tiffin. I want to give a special, huge shout out to all of these sponsors, because every one of these sponsors I'm about to name, they were with us for all 12 games of the tournament. And that means a lot to me, and it should mean a lot to you if you've been watching along with us throughout this tournament run. A big shout out to Xcaret Mexican Restaurant, Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, Klaus Construction, Benchwarmers Restaurant and Delivery, Danner's Towing and Recycling, First National Bank of Sycamore, Vicek Orthodontics, Fiesel's Frame and Collision, and the Edward Jones offices of Tiffin. All of those sponsors were with us for all 12 games here in this tournament run. And we cannot thank them enough for their contributions. But the way we thank them is through you, folks. We tell you, go out and visit those sponsors. When you're making your financial decisions in the community, make sure you keep them in mind. But please tell them you heard about it on Heart of Ohio Sports. All right, guys, I think that's going to do it for us here today. Any final thoughts before we wrap this one up? Tommy?
No, just always a pleasure and a blessing to be able to cover this beautiful game and be a part of this community. And just, again, I can't express enough how great it is to be along for the ride. And it's thanks to those great sponsors that you just named off, and also to the great support from our fan base and for the supporters of the school. So do us a favor. If you like what we're doing, please subscribe to our social media pages. Like us on Facebook. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Heart of Ohio Sports. It's all in the name. And Nate, just another day at the office for us as well. I just can't thank you enough for putting me on with you.
Absolutely, partner. Greg, it's been a long ride for baseball. What, 27 games now?
I tell you, Nate, that's just, we would have only had one more game after this regardless, but it still ended too early.
Mm-hmm.
It just felt like we wanted more, especially with the senior class we had.
Yeah.
We talked about it already. You guys touched on it a lot, how much fun we've had along this ride with them, and sad to see it end. Not ready yet. But
as I said earlier with the Tigers, don't be sad that it's over. Be glad that it happened. I know that's hard for a lot of these seniors to accept that right now.
So that's how my mindset is with that. Is I'm excited for another season next year, but I am going to miss the seniors.
Wise words from Dr. Seuss.
All right, that's going to do it for us here today. For Emma Maeglin, Dalton McComas, Greg the Wizard Kinn, and Tommy Hall, I'm Nate Mullins, signing off from Thurman Munson Memorial Stadium. Once again, Delphos St. John's moves on to the state championship with their 5-3 win over the Tiffin Calvert Senecas. Thanks for watching along with us all baseball season long, and we'll catch you during football season, folks. Long break for us, but we'll be back in August. Don't lose sight of what we're doing here, folks. Give us a follow, give us a like, a share, and we'll be back with you here in just a couple months. Have a great day, everybody. You've been watching Heart of Ohio Sports.